On our link-up segment, we got to link up with Eric Omondi, who paid a courtesy call to the management of KBC, where he wanted to talk to the management about the 75% local airplay for, local artists to just get that airplay, for them to be able to, have their content out there, not try and compete with Nigerians and Tanzanians. How about we listen in and find out what he had to say?
I had a vision to be married by 40, but marriage is not like talent, yeah? Talent unaweza amka leo tuseme tunaenda Bungoma kesho na MD approve. But marriage is a totally different dynamic, yeah? So muniombe sio sarakasi ile. So muniombe sana. I'm still trusting God. Niowe juma madhe ameleta shida, nasema kijana unazeeka. But I'm hopeful. The moment you talk KBC, you're talking all corners of Kenya. You're talking toddlers, children, parents, grandparents. So you're talking family. So, and that's another thing, as I've said, we've been discussing that. And most media houses have been raising that because of the generation that we are in. They're requesting that also as we bring content, let it be content that everybody can watch. Sio ati content ikikuja tena father anasema mwende mwoshe vyombo, hapana. Ama MD lazima aweke saa 7 usiku. So this campaign is to call upon Kenyans. And when we're talking about talent, we want to start tapping them from as young as standard 3, mtoto wa lower primary. Kama anaweza imba, tunaanza hapo. Kama anaweza pepeta ball, actually our biggest target is the young ones, yeah? So that we tap them when the Americans and the Europeans are doing. Kama ni football, like Ronaldo alianza wakiwa 3. So that calls for us to produce 75% family-oriented content. Wife material ikiendelea mtapata huko YouTube. Ama ikikuja KBC lazima iende hiyo direction ya family-oriented. Yeah. We want, when we are talking about targeting Kenya, as in Bungoma, Kitale, as well as Nairobi, as in all the corners of Kenya, then KBC is the best place to start. And KBC has been here for years upon years. I mean, when I was young, it is KBC that inspired me to go into comedy. I started watching Mzee Ojuang as young as when I was 4 or 5. And by the time I was getting to upper primary, I always told my mom, nataka kuwa kama Mzee Ojuang, ama Tama bin Tama, ama Otorongongo. You see? And KBC is still here because it is in your mama, yeah? So KBC understands that language. KBC has played local content from as long as I can remember. In fact, when I was younger, it was almost 90%. Yeah, it was one after the other. And as we are speaking currently, KBC is leading in terms of local content. And so, this campaign that we have of 75, the MD has another one of 70, which is more or less the same thing. The best place to bring it is KBC. And we have talked, we have discussed. Thank you, Director kwa kunipigia. And we have agreed that we will try our best to reach out to young people, creatives, yeah. And as the MD has said, we are looking for local content, not local music or comedy, yeah, not the conventional ones. Whatever you can do. Kama talent yako ni kupika ugali, tuonyeshe. Kama talent yako ni kuwa acrobat. So we are trying to find out a platform where we can bring young Kenyans and even all Kenyans, yeah. Inaweza kuwa young, inaweza kuwa ni mzee, inaweza kuwa na mzee mwenye anajua kurap, yeah. Yes, so we want to bring an all talents under one roof, yeah, through KBC.
Yes. Normally I can tell you some of these things really don't cost anything. Very little. Yes. It's just a question of having an idea.
So Eriko bwana, lazima unaona hapa mahali wameandika Elizabeth Omondi. Inatakana in 10 years ikwe tubadilishe sasa tutoe Elizabeth Omondi tuweke Eriko Omondi.
Today we are very privileged, very happy to have a very special guest. His name is Eric Omondi. As you may be aware, KBC has been at the forefront of spearheading local content.
In fact, our determination is to go way beyond, which we have already done, to go beyond the statutory content of 40-60 ratio in terms of foreign to local content. Our determination is to go to 70-30 in favor of local content. You may be aware that we have 7 facilities called Studio Mashinani in various parts of the country. Nairobi, Mombasa, Murang'a, Kitui, Kisumu. We have Studio Mashinanis, which are audio-visual production centers, where we encourage artists to walk in there and produce local content. And beyond producing that local content, we are providing channels where that content is going to be disseminated. Our challenge to artists, our challenge to the youth, is to go beyond the traditional modes or variety of local content, that is just music, drama, and comedy, to any other forms of innovation, whether it's you're an acrobat or whatever else you can do, along the lines of innovation, along the lines of creative outputs. And KBC is going to support you fully. We have been appealing, we have been talking about this, and it's very important that we make this point very strongly. Local content, if you really must support local artists, ends up being quite expensive, it's very costly. And since at KBC we are not essentially profit-driven, it is important to make the point that local content is 10 times more expensive than foreign content. Like just a single episode of local content per week will cost you anything in excess of 300,000 shillings per week. Foreign episodes will cost you about 30,000, so you can see the difference. That is why we have been appealing for a seed fund to support local production, where we are able to finance production of local content so that artists also earn a living out of it.
You understand that unemployment is one of the most serious cases that continue to affect the young people of this country. And talent development and showcasing is one of the avenues that we can use to create employment among the young people. This can be done through whatever the MD has talked about, the Studio Mashinani that is being driven by KBC. We have these stations where young people can go record their talent in terms of either visual or audio. And we also have an outlet. We have about 21 radio stations. We have about 2 major TV stations here. And therefore, they do that at zero cost. And this is what the government is doing in terms of promotion of the talent of the young people, so that they can also earn a living from that, apart from them getting a platform to showcase their talent. And therefore, as a board member and being a young person who also represents young people in this particular industry, I think I'm very much grateful for the initiative that is being driven by Eric Omondi to just ensure that the artists come together and continue pushing government and other non-state actors to be able to come up with a platform that promotes local talent. I'd want to know that anytime I switch my TV on, regardless of the channel, the TV station that I'm watching, I can get a local talent that continues to showcase and promote the people of this country. And probably lastly on my part, there are several avenues that we are talking about and deliberations that will continue with the President of Kenya Artists together with his team, so that we can be able to come up with even an activity or an event that will continue, to build platform for these artists and, give them a platform to showcase their talent, their skills and expertise in whatever avenue or in whatever way they think that it will be important for them to do that. And lastly, it's just to call upon all the Kenyan artists to continue supporting Eric Omondi, all the Kenyan people to continue supporting KBC, because our vision basically is to inform, to educate, and to entertain the Kenyan population. And therefore, we are going to live to the expectations of the Kenyan people in as far as the mission of KBC is concerned, and also to call upon all the Kenyans to tune into KBC or in our various TV stations and radio stations to continue supporting us, so that we can also support the artists and the young people that are behind us.
What you gotta do.